So now we will discuss multiple subplots, opening a new file and saving the file by the name multiple subplots. So sometimes it is helpful to compare different views of data side by side. To end this, Matplotlib has the concept of subplots, groups of similar axes that can exist together within a single figure. These subplots might be insets, grids of plots, or other more complicated layouts. So in this lecture and upcoming lectures, we'll explore 4 routines for creating subplots in Matplotlib. We'll start by setting up the notebook for plotting and importing the functions we will use. In line, plt dot style dot cborn white import numpy as np. So now we will discuss plt access subplots by hand. So the most basic method of creating an access is to use the plt.access functions. As we have seen previously, by default this creates a standard access object that fills the entire figure. plt.access also takes an optional argument that is a list of 4 numbers in the figure coordinate system. These numbers represent bottom, left, width, and height in the figure coordinate system, which ranges from 0 at the bottom left of the figure to 1 at the top right of the figure. For example, we might create an inset axis of the top right corner of another axis by setting the x and y position to 0.65. That is starting at 65% of the width and 65% of the height of the figure. And the x and y extends to 0.2. That is the size of the axis is 20% of the width and 20% of the height of the figure. ax1 is equals to plt dot. That's the standard axis. Now ax2 is equals to plt dot axis 0.65, 0.65, 0.2, 0.2. Example of an inset axis. The equivalent of this command within the object-oriented interface fig.add_axis function. Let's use this to create 2 vertically stacked axes. Now starting it off, fig equals to plt dot. Now ax1 fig dot 0.1, 1, 0.5, 0.8, 0.4. X tick y lim equals to 1.2. 1.2. Now ax2 fig dot axis 0.1, 0.8, 0.4, y lim 1.2. X is equals to np dot then space we have this. Let's copy that down. My bad. X is equals to np dot space ax1 dot plot np dot sign x ax2 dot plot np dot. Now this is vertically stacked axis example. We now have to access the top with no tick labels that are just touching the bottom of the upper panel at position 0.5 matches the top of the lower panel at position 0.1 plus 0.4. Now plt dot subplot simple grids of subplots. Now aligned columns or rows of subplots are common enough that Matplotlib has several convenience routines that make them easy to create. The lowest level of these is plt.subplot function, which creates a single subplot within a grid. As you can see, this command takes 3 integer arguments: the number of rows, the number of columns, and the index of the plot to be created in this scheme, which runs from the upper left to the bottom right. Now for I in range 7, plt dot plt dot 0.5 str font size font size 18 is equals to now it's a plt.subplot example. This is so the commands plt.subplots adjust can be used to adjust the spacing between these plots. So now the code I will show you that result in the diagram uses the equivalent object oriented command fig.add subplot fig dot fig dot subplots adjust space equals to 0.4 space 0.4. Now for I in range 7, now ax equals to add subplot 3 dot text 0.5 str 2 3 I font size so we have font size is equals to 18 is equals to next dot so we have this, and we have used the h space and w space arguments of plt.subplots adjust, which specify the spacing along with the height and width of the figure in units of the subplot size. In this case, the space is 40% of the subplot width and height.